Big C.
Hello. I think it's awful intimidating to follow up what I think was one of the greatest guitar solos in rock history.
Yeah, you were mentioning that. You like that.
Yeah, the next time you listen to that tune, man, check out the solo. It won't stop.
Can you duplicate that?
No, I can.
There it is.
Oh, let the boy. It's totally awesome. But the solo, it goes on for hours. It's fantastic.
Now you've actually got solo stuff happening. You've
got a solo record out. It's it's already gone to the to the top of the charts in Petty Harbour, Newfoundland. It's going to go. We've sold dozens already, and it's going to be. We're going to the middle, to the very middle.
First question for you is: after being with Great Big Sea for what, about 20 years?
Yeah, almost 20 years. Yeah.
What's it like to step out and do it on your own? Is that like being a teenager and leaving the parents' home, going off to college?
It's like a trip from the mothership, we call it. No, we had a little break in the schedule because we worked until at the middle of 2011, and we knew we wanted to have a big splash for our 2013 20th anniversary. So for the first time in like 19 years, we had a little 10-month window to do whatever kind of we wanted. So I went and worked with my friends Gordy Sampson and my friends down in LA and some friends around. I just had a little bit of a musical kind of journey around of friends' places, and the Boy on Bridge record is the sort of the souvenir of it.
And you mentioned that being from Newfoundland, we have Euro action happening in 2012. Yeah. So it was an English settlement.
Yeah, there's English and Irish primarily, and there's the Irishman in me is already taken a knee and wept openly because both sides are out. But I'm looking forward to that. But there seems to be quite a big English holdover in St. John's. I mean, it was part of the Commonwealth. It still is to a certain degree. I mean, it was a country within the Commonwealth until 1949. And so there'll be a lot of people at the Duke Pub in St. John's today watching the English.
Are you rooting for the English?
I will, yeah.
Do you find it interesting when international football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, happens, and all of a sudden Canadians that are one tenth anything, all of a sudden
especially like you see it in Toronto, you see it in the bigger cities where you understand, you kind of know in the bigger cities that there's of course there's a Ukrainian crowd here somewhere, and of course there's a Polish crowd here somewhere, but in St. John's they kind of disappear. Like who knew that there was 1,000 Pakistani people living somewhere in eastern Newfoundland, and when the Pakistani cricket game is on, they're all walking up and down. It's like, wow, look at that. We have Asian people. That's amazing. But so, it's that kind of. But I think that's awesome. And kudos to Toronto for being sort of for the most, in my mind, one of the most universal melting pots in the world, right? And when the World Cup is on or something like that, it all comes out, and it's a great thing. Southern Ontario and the whole vibe of multiculturalism is so cool. You look at the different kinds of food I can see from standing right here.
Oh, you got Mexican. Beautiful stuff happening.
Great, man. It's great.
We've got Alan Doyle in studio. He's from Great Big Sea. He's also got a new solo project in the works called Boy on Bridge. We're going to get to the single I've Seen a Little in just a moment, but you're going to do something live for us here.
I'd love to sing a song. I'll do this one. I wrote this one with a good friend of mine, one of my favorite songwriting partners. His name is Russell Crowe. He's a struggling young actor.
Struggling, yeah. So you might have seen that.
He's been on the go for a while doing it. He's been in a few movies, I guess, but I think he got his big break last year when he starred opposite me on the Republic of Doyle. And I know that the next time he's interviewed, like after winning an Oscar or something, he'll say, "And very special thanks to my acting coach, Alan Doyle."
How exactly did you get to know Russell?
Oh, we met in the truest Canadian way, man. We met at Toronto at the NHL Hockey Awards one year. And he was there doing the boxing Cinderella Man movie, one of his best movies, in my opinion. And he had heard about Great Big Sea from years before from doing the hockey movie called Mystery Alaska. And a bunch of the guys, including Kevin Durand, who's also another good friend of mine now, a guy from Thunder Bay, Ontario, Russell and a few other people to Great Big Sea, and he became a fan, and we hooked up, and he said, "Would you like to write a song sometime?" And I was like, "Well, I think that would be okay."
You're not going to turn down that
Mr. Russell Crowe, I think I would like that. And we ended up, we've written, she's almost 30 songs, in the last almost 10 years, some for records for bands in Australia, his band and the Tofog bands in Australia, and for Great Big Sea records, for other people's records, for television shows, for the Robin Hood movie. Steady go. All
right, so this live track is co-written by Russell Crowe. It's Alan Doyle of Great Big Sea. New album is called Boy on Bridge, and this track is called Testify.
Testify. Take me down to the road. Irons on my wrist, and the limpets come to this. When such is life, you hear me hiss. I'm not the reddest-handed bandit here, but I'm the one who'll take the fall. This smoking gun's been smothered by the long arm of the law. The chaplain says the end is started and your judgment has begun. Prayers can lead to God's forgiveness for all the foolish things you've done. You got tonight to find some peace of mind before you leave this world. Well, I hope and pray that I may never get what I deserve. Take me down to the river, preacher, take me by the hand. Take me down to the river, with the soul of a broken man. Drown me in forgiveness, wash these bloodied hands of mine. Take me down to one last river, Lord, and let me testify. Well, I believe in God's benevolence, 'cause I have seen with my own eyes. In a river just outside the gate, Sunday sinners get baptized. And I'll pray for my redemption, but I'm quite sure that he won't hear. I've never had that watered cross trickle in my ear. Ah, the chaplain's face, it grew sadder. He said, you've not been christened, son. No, I said, and I hung my head. Is there nothing to be done? If I could get down to that river, can't you see how cleansed I'd be? The latest lamb in God's hands, and my soul would be set free. Take me down to the river, preacher, take me by the hand. Take me down to the river, in the soul of a broken man. Drown me in forgiveness, wash these bloodied hands of mine. Take me down to one last river, Lord, and let me testify. Take me to the riverbanks, the two guards and the chaplain. The moonlight shines on the holy tides and my prayers have been answered. I make my sodden walk to Jesus, all piety and grace. The guards release my shackles, but they cannot read my face. No, I see the deepest breath that I can take as I plunge under the water. The chaplain had the kindest ways, but he could have been a whole lot smarter. I took kicks and I'm traveling beneath the muddy water's gleam. And by the time I take a second breath, I'm 100 yards downstream. Take me down to the river, preacher, take me by the hand. Take me down to the river, in the soul of a broken man. Drown me in forgiveness, wash these bloodied hands of mine. Take me down to one last river, Lord, and let me testify. No, you're gonna testify. No, I see you testify, Lord, testify. You gotta testify, Lord, testify.
World-class rock. The new album is called Boy on Bridge, the track Testify, and that was co-written along with Russell Crowe. What was the inspiration? How did you guys put that together?
Well, it's funny, not to put too fine a point on, or to be, it happened after a brief but infamous engagement that Russell had when we were traveling together in New York City, wherein a phone and a hotel desk were involved. And Russell, unfortunately, received a brief incarceration. And so we sat in the Beverly Hills, sorry, whatever that hotel is called up by the park. I can't remember. Anyway, we were up in a hotel right next to Central Park, and we just started discussing, guilt and redemption, etc., etc. And I said I had a long time had this idea to do like a sort of a southern kind of gospel-y song called Testify, because it's just such a cool word to sing. Yeah. Testify. And I'm from an Irish Catholic background, so that was the end of my knowledge about the whole thing. So we very quickly wrote this song about a guy, an admittedly guilty guy escaping.
Sounds good.
Thanks, man.
Alan Doyle with Great Big Sea. The new album is called Boy on Bridge. And with all the traveling that you've done, one last question for you here. With Russell Crowe or with many of the musicians that you've been around the world with, when you do these concerts, do you ever notice anything interesting on the concert riders, the stuff that some of these people ask for backstage?
Often, and we've often joked about it ourselves, with stuff, and it's sort of a gag within bands too. Like, if you get kind of bored, because you tend to get kind of bored if you're, on a bus for 19 hours in a row or something like that. So you end up doing stuff that you shouldn't do, and the most innocent of it is shagging with your own or someone else's backstage rider.
Yeah.
And I remember friends of ours were playing a band originally from Boston, a band called Guster, and they out of sheer boredom one day put one live puppy to play with.
So they actually went
on their rider. So for a month and a half, there was some gal from the local SPCA or something there with a choice of puppies, which was funny for the first day or two, and then it was like, oh dear, what have we done? Now we actually have to either ignore some gal from the SPCA who's brought us a puppy to play with, or actually go play with the puppy from the SPCA every day. So you got to be careful. You got to be careful.
That's a bar above just red M&Ms.
Yeah, that's pretty bizarre. So you got to be careful, because not because people will think you're crazy for asking for what you want, but because people will go get you what you want, no matter what it is. If it's a puppy or if it's red M&Ms.
Alan Doyle, he's got a brand new album called Boy on Bridge. I just heard the track co-written with Russell Crowe. It was called Testify, and we're going to get into the latest single.
I've seen a little. Wrote it down in Nashville with my friend Gordy Sampson and his friend Troy Burgess, and those guys are big A-lister songwriters in America now. But I sat with the guys and I said, I want to do a song on this record that every bar band in the world can play in one rehearsal. Like I want it to be musically like page one of the bar band book. It has to be like right off the start, an easy song to play, and lyrically it'll be like the description of the whole journey of this record, where I'm always just fascinated with what comes next. I'm always more interested in what's around the next corner than what was around the last one.
Best of luck with the brand new album.
Thank you, sir.
And this is it. I've seen a little. Alan Doyle, World Class Rock, 98.1, Free FM.